I'm gonna run through these right quick. So we'll start out with this one right here. So we got Ramon Cardenas. All right, we'll go to screen share for this one. So Ramon Cardenas, guy that gave Inoue hell earlier this year, back when they fought at the T-Mobile Arena back in May, put his name on the map. He's one of the top fighters at 122. We know Junto Nakatani, he's moving up to super bantamweight to fight Sebastian Hernandez on that December card in Saudi. Funny enough, when Junto was rumored to move up to the super bantamweight, Ramon Cardenas was actually rumored to be one of his opponents. Okay. And now here they are pictured in the gym. I guess they got some sparring in. So
that's crazy.
Good sparring. I feel like Ramon would be good. He's a good look in terms of mimicking like what Jorge Junto's opponent is going to bring to the table. And then as far as Ramon sparring Junto, I mean, Ramon is supposed to fight on Pro Box out in South Florida against Eric Ayala next month. So he'll be back in action. You got any thoughts on Ramon Cardenas sparring Junto?
I mean, it's good. I mean, hopefully he'll learn a lot from him, and he was there to also teach Junto. So Junto Nakatani. So yeah, so it's good for both of them. That's good. That's good experience for him too.
Yeah, and it could still be a future fight at 122. Like, we know if Inoue wins and Junto wins their fight, that they're gonna fight in May. But regardless of what happens, I actually think that this is a fight that could still happen, because I've seen things like this happen before. Like, for example, I know in 2022, Kenshiro Taraji came to California and he sparred with Anthony Olaskuaga, only to turn back around about 6 or 7 months later and fight Anthony Olaskuaga. So it's very complex in boxing, especially in the divisions below 120, below featherweight where there's not as many fighters. So I think it's a matchup for the future, and good to see two top fighters trying to get each other better. And I'm looking forward to seeing Cardenas, because Cardenas he didn't beat Inoue, but his stock went up. He had a great fight against Inoue. And now I think it's about building off of that and proving that he's one of the top guys in this division. So good stuff there. And I use that, Pops, to pivot into my other talking point, which is right here. Ring Magazine, and I saw this just before we came on the live. This came out just before the live. So Ring Magazine already has Junto Nakatani and Inoue on the cover of the next magazine. You can see him right there. We know that Inoue is fighting David Picasso in December. Junto was fighting Jorge Sebastian Hernandez, I think that's his name, from Mexico.
Right.
They both won those fights, which, by the way, aren't gimmies. Like you're fighting two Mexicans.
Walk in the park.
I think Inoue's honestly is a damn near walk in the park, but Junto's is I think is fighting the tougher guy, and I think if they win the fight, we got the biggest fight.
Are you saying don't count your eggs until the chicken's hatch, or don't count your chicken until the eggs hatch?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Like the same things I'm saying for Virgil and Boots, where
they're assuming
where they want to marinate, and where I'm gonna really talk my shit if they lose. I'm keeping that same energy for Inoue and Nakatani, because I just feel like
I think the biggest point that we can get from the Virgil Boots, we talked about it last night, and we'll do it quick now, is that what you said, while them two are having a soap opera fight,
other guys in the division is fighting.
Are taking advantage of the belts and taking everything is. So marinating sometimes not always the best thing to do.
No,
I always tell timing is everything.
I just feel like in my personal opinion, I feel like if Junto and Inoue want to really fight in May, they should have taken in Junto's case, they should take an easier opponent. Like, get them both a win so they can fight in May.
So would you say?
I think it's very possible Junto might get clocked.
That's what I'm saying. Fight. Let's say Junto loses, right? That means Inoue's team will ignore him now.
Well, if Junto loses, I mean, you could still do it. It wouldn't be the same though, because they're not both undefeated. They're not both on the pound list. They won't got to win. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Junto loses this fight, Inoue better bring his ass up to featherweight. I don't want to hear him fighting if tension beats up on his brother, if Tension Nasukawa beats up on his brother later on this month. I don't want to hear about him getting revenge for his brother in Tension. No. If Junto is not good enough to beat this Mexican fighter, you need to bring your behind up to featherweight and come take this beating from Angelo Leo, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of him staying at 122. So we shall see. But look, either way, I'm bringing it up to say this, guys. If if they both are victorious in December, they're gonna fight in May. And I really do want to see the fight. As much as trash as I'm talking, I do want to see the fight. I'm very excited about the fight, and I'm already making my plans in my head, like of when I'm going to be going to Japan, because I want to go there in advance, and I don't want to just get content from fight week. I'm trying to get content from the build up. Like I'm trying to go to every gym I can in Japan and ask the boxing community in Japan what do they think about Nakatani in a way, and get you guys some great content like I've been doing these last 2 years or so going to Japan. So
appreciate your support too.
We appreciate all the support. And yeah, really interesting stuff. It seems like the powers that be, Turkey Al Sheikh,
Hyundai,
Mr. Honda, Riyadh Season, just all the people that call the shots in boxing. This is the fight they really want, and it's a fight that's going to be massive. When we talk about boxing, not even just in Japan, I'll say it in the entire world. I'll say there's not many venues anywhere in the world that are as historic for the sport of boxing as the Tokyo Dome. Even though like the Tokyo Dome's had about maybe 2 or 3 events ever. Yeah. But 2 of them were Mike Tyson fights in the 80s. Okay. And then one was Inoue, and then the other one will be this one. So only the biggest and the best events come to the Tokyo Dome. So it's a big deal, and I'm really excited about it. So we got that. We got that there, and then I'll say this: the last thing of my talking points, and then I'll go back to the comment section. All right, last thing, because I know Pops is a little tired. I don't want to hold him too long today, but Jin Sasaki, a guy that his name keeps coming up in the build up to this Brian Norman Devin Haney fight. He was doing some sparring today with a fighter from Germany today or recently, last couple of days, and he said in the bottom, as you can see right here, he says, because there was some confusion about something he said in a tweet where he basically like it translated in English to like where it said that he was rooting for Devin Haney. Right. But I guess he reworded it because now it came out and it said that he's cheering for Brian Norman and he's giving Brian Norman his full support. And he's he's pretty much saying that Norman is not allowed to lose to anybody but him in the future if he is to get a rematch. So he wants this rematch. Obviously, I would say Jin is a long way from that, if I'm being honest. Like he has to win. He has to get back in the win column. He has to really develop his skills. He's got to be somebody in the top 15. Like he's probably like 2 or 3 wins away. And that's assuming that Brian Norman would even be at welterweight. But either way, he's doing the respectful thing. And he's showing his support for the guy that nailed him to the canvas about 5 months ago. So you got any thoughts?
No, that's good. I mean, he just basically saying, I didn't feel Haney's pop, but I know what this guy brings.
Well, he knows more than anybody. Yeah. There's no one in the world I would say that knows Brian Norman's punching power more than Jin.
Yeah. So he be respectful. He said, "Yeah, I lost, but I'm still gonna follow you." A lot of guys that sometimes get knocked the hell out, just leave him and forget about the guy. He's not doing that.
They just like they get salty. They're like. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like when most fighters get their ass whooped by a fighter, they or lose a fight to a fighter, they want that guy to do good. Because then it makes them feel less bad about losing to them. I got you. If you get knocked out like Jin did to a guy like Norman, and Norman proves to not be that good, now you feel worse about your loss because so you want him to go as far as possible. But those are our talking points for today. I can tell Pops is like real tired. Yeah. You got any final words, Pops?
No, guys, keep supporting like I always tell you every night. This man right here puts his time in for you guys. Subscribe, hit this the button, hit your banks or hit your Bitcoin, whatever you want to give him. Send it to him. Bitcoin's a new thing for in the future, so we have to see. But anyways, thank you for everything. Blessings to you all. All right. Sayonara.
There you go, Pops. All right, guys. So Pops is out of here, but I'm gonna be here for like 30, 40 more.